And here is Transformers Prime Cyberverse Arcee, opened up and out of her packaging. And as you can see, a very lovely representation of her bike mode from the show. It's a tricky one, this, because due to the size of it, it doesn't actually scale in with the other Cyberverse figures. But weirdly enough, it does scale in with the standard class of figures, which I'll show you in a moment. But we'll get a little close-up of the actual toy itself. Here we go. So detailing is rather nice, must admit. So love a little bit of silver detailing there. Not much to the paintwork, just black, a little bit of silver and some blue, but the blue colour does pop really nicely. I do like that. So nice detailing on the tyres, not painted, but it's moulded in. And you've got some moulded in detail for the engine, which will eventually turn into the feet. So quick vehicle size comparison. Here she is next to Cyberverse Cliff Jumper, and as you can see, does not scale in with the bike is a hell of a lot bigger, does not scale in with the vehicle mode. Here's a Cyberverse Commander class vehicle. Put Cliff Jumper off to that side a moment, and again bigger than Bulkhead in vehicle mode. Well, you know, as big as. So obviously bike way, with the Cyberverse figures at least, she doesn't scale in. But the interesting thing is, if we put these guys off to one side for a moment, if we get the normal toy out of her good buddy and ex-partner, you can see she scales in vehicle mode very, very nicely indeed. We like that. You know, she's about as big as near enough as she should be, probably slightly bigger than Cliff Jumper, but you know, a low sprung car like that, she's going to be a bit taller. And the weird thing is as well, if we use the Movieverse here, Movieverse alert, but if we use the figures that came with the Human Alliance range of the movie line, and stand him up there, she scales in quite nicely with him as well. You know, he can even sit on her if you want. I'm not going to mess about doing that now, but you know, you've got the Move Line Human Alliance figure there. Scales in okay with this. Scales in okay with this. So if you've got him in vehicle mode, that's the way to go. But weirdly, in robot mode, the opposite is true. But there you go. With that in mind, let's get her into robot mode, but not before I've shown you my new favourite. I've got lots of these, but this is just the one I happen to have lying around. G1 version of Cyberverse. From back when I was a kid. Hooray. I just like these things. Anyway, let's get it transformed. Pretty simple, really. You can see the legs are there, the arms are there, the head's hidden inside there. First of all, just grab that back tyre, separate it off the legs, pull them down like that, and then these tyres here swing round to the back of her feet. So you've got one foot there, and this one swings all the way round until it's in the same kind of position, and that's the feet pretty much done. Okay, next the seat becomes the arm, so separate this off into two parts, move these side panels here. These are going to become wings. Now this is down into a personal preference, but I'll show you that in a minute. Basically separate the arms off and then just stand her up, and away you go. The arms are on a hinge here, so you put those up there and get them to the side of her, or right in front or whatever, and then this, with the wings, as it would turn out, it's on a hinge. The official transformation is to put them back like that, and you'll see my point in a moment with this, because this thing is very flimsy, this little section, and falls off very, very easily. But there you have Arcee in the official version of her robot mode, and again, very, very sexy robot mode it is too. It's personal preference with this. I'll give you a little spin round, whoops, of the actual figure very quickly, if I can get it to focus in macro mode. Come on, there you go. So you got a lovely little face sculpt there, lovely eyes. You actually see the pupils in there, and you can just about make out her smirk. The light that I have is taking that off, but you got that there. Lovely bit of detail in the head crest. Nice little Autobot logo through there. Her little robot boobies, and going all the way down. The arms are just kind of a little bit weak. They're moulded. So from the top they look okay. From the side, Going down, you know, a bit of moulded detail in the legs. You've got the spiky stirrups, as is Transformers of these days. Feet are moulded in, and that's it. Now, coming around to this, now, to me that's pretty damn ugly. Some people will like that, but it's supposed to be on a hinge, but it just literally comes off really, really easily. So depending on what you want to do, you might want to set that off to one side, and then just have her like this, which to me is a hell of a lot better. And in fact, I'll show you this because it's coming down now to the scale. In fact, before I do the scale, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Well, let's do the articulation. As you can probably already see, everything's ball jointed, as with many things on these Cyberverse. So you've got a full range of motion all the way around. In, out, up, down. No elbow bend because it's just a solid piece of plastic. No head articulation because again it's moulded in. Get her arms out of the way. Hips are on a ball joint, so again, well, you can see the ball joint there. So as you would expect, full range of motion there. You've got a knee bend, and that's it. But you know, you can get the age-old dynamic wide pose thing going on, I guess. So you can get that kind of thing going on if you want. If I can just focus in, there you go. Weapon-wise, they're getting lazy now with these things. She comes with, here's Bumblebee, hello. She comes with exactly the same weapon as Bumblebee, basically. I'll give you a close-up of that. Which doesn't match her because she has blades in the show, as we all know. But, you know, it's okay. It's a double-barreled thing. And what I've found is I've just given that to Bumblebee so it looks like he's dual-wielding his cannons like in the show. Bit of size comparison now, and going back to what I was saying before, the vehicle mode scales in well with the standard toys. However, her robot mode, that is a different story. We'll stand her up so she's got the full height going on. Oh, there we go. And here she is next to a Prime Legion class, as in Bumblebee in this case. And you know, about right really. We'll stick it, well, let's get Cliffjumper out. Okay, here he is. So that's next to her old partner Cliffjumper right there. Scales in rather nicely. Get rid of Bumblebee. Here she's next to a Commander class one, and again, scales in lovely with Bulkhead. We do like that. But then, as a comparison, I can't be bothered to do Cliffjumper's from vehicle to robot because I really don't like the transformation sequence. Sue me. But here she is next to my other favourite, next to Soundwave, Jackie, Wheeljack. And as you can see, she kind of scales in okay, I guess. You know, not brilliantly though. I mean, in the show she'd probably be a bit up here, really. She definitely scales in better with the Cyberverse robot modes than she does with the standard toys. And just for fun, just for laughs, shits and giggles, there she is, next to the Micromaster. So there you go. All in all, overall the Cyberverse line, she's probably... Robot mode's good. The robot mode's very good. Vehicle mode scale is very good for your displays to display with your standard class Transformers. But robot mode, a little bit weak, to be honest. I'm going to be honest with you, a little bit weak. She could do better. You know, the vehicle mode's a little bit flimsy, but you know, if you're going the coloration though is fantastic, and if you're going to go for a full you know, shelf display of all your Autobot buddies like I have, you know, in the next room, then definitely pick her up. Otherwise, probably give her a pass unless you're really desperate. But that's it. That's another review of the Transformers Prime Cyberverse. I have been Moobit, a bit rambly today, sorry, but I'm pretty tired. It's been one of those days. You can find me on WordPress with Moobit Media, and I work for GamerDads.co.uk. Their channels are Retrocast UK and GamerDads UK, and the podcast can be found on iTunes by searching GamerDads or by putting in tinyurl.com/GamerDads podcasts or GDSPOD, whichever takes your fancy. See you then next time. I've got 5 more Prime reviews, including a very strange Soundwave, which is supposed to be based on Prime, but the model is based off the movie line. Go figure. See you next time. Bye bye.
I like to move it, bit.